feet. Very poignant stuff and very applicable within this beautiful matrix simulacrum reality that we live in. But it's also very, very applicable to this DRIP community. We have suffered an unprecedented onslaught of attacks over the last sort of year or so, from bots, from dodgy devs, from paper hands, soy boys, from parasite wallets, people abusing the system. And yet we've come out of what seems to be the worst of the bear market, still intact, with a brand new chapter of deflation ahead of us, and a brand new set of devs and a brand new set of utilities that could well launch this project into a whole new realm. And the simple fact of the matter is, when the chips were down, the core community did not recognize defeat, and look where we are. And that's a life lesson to be learned right there. And I want to talk a bit more about that in this video, but there is a huge bit of news that's actually slipped a lot of people's attention, so definitely stay tuned for that. But first, you know the drill. If you're watching this, enjoying it, but haven't yet subscribed, please RKO that subscribe button, leave me some love in the comments, and rest assured I will love you a long time if you do. So January the 19th is closing in, and I think a lot of people are expecting the minting to suddenly stop. It's certainly not going to do that. We will still be minting a little bit longer, because there are people that have been tapped out of crypto, not just DRIP or DeFi, they've been tapped out of crypto during this whole bear market, and maybe they didn't see the opportunity of the red candles. They only like to jump back in on the green candles, and no judgment, but that is what you always will find with 99% of people. But people are going to be coming back to DRIP saying, what's happened, where are we at, and suddenly remembering that they've got these faucets, and maybe they'll claim, and there will be plenty of people doing that. So claiming will continue, but we will be gradually slowing down. I've just looked on the Telegram group actually, and it's looking like there's only 700,000 minted in the last 24 hours, which is incredible, and a lot lower, probably at least a third lower than it was at its peak. So we are seeing the minting slowing down, but what's more important about that date is the fact that there are going to be devs coming forward with new utilities for this new chapter in DRIP. And one such dev is someone that we all know, an absolute DRIP OG, and that is G Money. Now, he's been quiet for a while. People didn't know whether he'd disappeared or fallen out with Forex or whatever. Again, I've got no idea, I don't care to know, but the fact of the matter is, he has reappeared in the Telegram group, and he is launching his own DApp for DRIP on the 19th of January, or so it seems. And a lot of people aren't talking about this. I don't think a lot of people know about this. It hasn't been widely reported, but you're hearing it here. And if I can find it, I will drop the screenshot of it on the screen right now. But it's awesome to see G Money back in DRIP, and I'm sure whatever he brings is going to be high value. And talking of high value, we have the imminent launch of DRIP X. Now, once their Telegram group reaches 2,000 subscribers, they're going to drop the white paper. So if you haven't subscribed to their Telegram group, head over there. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and do that. The sooner we get to hear about the white paper, the sooner we know exactly what's going on. But my initial thoughts were correct, it seems. It's going to be some form of Titan X for DRIP for the Binance Smart Chain. So that could be very, very bullish, and it's going to be utilizing wrapped DRIP. Now, all along, I've been banging on about wrapped DRIP being a really big thing for DRIP, and I don't think many people quite understood in the beginning how freaking awesome that could be. But I think we are starting to see the potential in its use cases now coming forward. So I've actually done a tutorial, a very basic one on wrapped DRIP. I'll probably drop that over the weekend for anyone who's interested. But DRIP X could well be a game changer for DRIP and the DRIP community. So we are waiting to see what happens with that. And don't forget, I know we haven't been talking about it a great deal lately, but Master Blaster Wasteland Labs is still set to launch, and I do believe they will probably be waiting until after January the 19th as well, much like a lot of these other devs. So we're going to soon hear about what that story is all about. They've done great work building some narrative, and I'm sure it's going to be an absolutely fire utility. And Kitchen Sink, let's give a round of applause for them guys. The TVL keeps going up. The payouts are coming in regularly. It looks very, very solid right now, even in the back end of a bear market. So they're doing great things. I've been gradually depositing a bit more in there as well, just to keep my daily rewards going. And I'm going to be actually thinking about a new strategy for that as well. So when I come up with that, or when I finalise that, I will obviously share it with you guys as well. Not as financial advice, just a friend to a bunch of friends. So it feels like DRIP is setting up for the biggest comeback story in DeFi history. I personally think it will be, and it's been an absolute blessing being part of the community through the darkest of times. I remember when I was living in Mexico earlier in the year, for those 4 or 5 months. And it was just crazy news after crazy news. The price was dropping, people were soying out, soy raging everywhere. But the core squad kept things together, kept building, kept pushing. And now we have what is a deflationary asset, a multi-utility cross-chain token with limitless potential going into this upcoming bull market. Obviously, we've seen a real roller coaster of a week in crypto, and with the ETF launch, I think a lot of people were expecting immediate moon. And ever the contrarian, I did drop a tweet to say I was actually selling at 47,000 because I kind of felt that's where it was going to top out at, and I wasn't far wrong. I mean, obviously, yes, we could go higher, and I will take some more profits if we do, but I am expecting at least 1 or 2 big pullbacks before Bitcoin even thinks about going on to new all-time highs. So I definitely want to have some spare capital on the sides if that does happen. And now, as I kind of expected, we are seeing a retracement. I think it was around 44,000 today as Bitcoin, so it's definitely dropping off a little bit, but we shall see how the next week goes. But I have been warning people that with regulation comes a lot of market manipulation by the big players, and I think that's probably what we're seeing at the moment. But it's all good fun. I'm having a great time. I'm having an awesome time connecting with the DRIP community, especially on those live streams as well. I'm going to try and do one on Sunday, so I would love it if you guys would join me on that. I will post as early as I possibly can and put some notice out there so I can get as many people on the stream as possible. There's always such a great energy and such a great vibe on those live streams, so definitely look out for that. I did intend on doing a walk and talk earlier, but it got rained off. Mr. Wookums will not walk in the rain, as you all know, so he dragged me home just as I was about to start. So I thought I'm going to jump on anyway, do a live drive against all odds, because I've had such a crazy few days. I've been out in the countryside for a few days with the family for some much needed chill out time and decompression. Love it to get a bit of fresh air, take some country walks. Mr. Wookums loved it, Millionz loved it, Mrs. Millionz loved it. We're back in London now. Can't say I'm particularly happy about that, but I did want to touch base with you guys about some of that exciting news. So keep an eye out for the live stream coming Sunday. I hope you guys are all having an absolutely blessed day, whatever you're doing. Stay bullish, stay dripping, and I'll see you all in the next video.